Alright guys, I have my little dowel rod here. I use this on the inside of my little turner arm whenever I'm doing spray paint. It gives me a little more control and I'm able to kind of rotate it and get good coverage on my cups instead of having to kind of turn my arm in circles. So I'm going to get just a thin layer of white down, and this is just to help my colors have a more true color. I always spray paint white first before I do any type of color, especially if it's light. If I'm doing black or navy blue, then I probably won't spray paint. Like, I don't spray paint white. I just go straight on with that color. But anything light, I don't base silver or gold spray paint either. But any other type of light color, I definitely do. And this is a paint that I know might be dying on me. Let's see if I can get the last little bit out of it. I was looking to see if I had kind of this teal paint to use in just an acrylic paint, and I don't at all. So we're going on with spray paint. Hopefully I can get just the last bit out of it. Oh, it's looking rough, y'all. Alright, let me see if I can go switch this little sprayer and come right back. Alright, this should work. I took the cap, there we go. Should have done this better. Instead it just looks like a dummy for 5 minutes. I took the cap off of a white spray paint that was dead. I always keep a few caps laying around in case I have issues with a cap clogging, so I pulled this out of my little stash of used spray paint tops. Alright, so that's it. Doesn't have to be perfect. We have a pretty good coverage on this. We're going to let this sit and completely dry, and then we're going to lay down that glitter with the epoxy method. Okay, we're going to go in with our epoxy and our glitter. And for this step, you don't need a lot of epoxy. We're kind of just using what's left in the bottom of this little bucket after I set a few cups. We're going to spread this on, make sure we get really good coverage. I'm going to use my heat gun to help move it around. This is speed dry epoxy, so this whole process will go really quick. We're going to get this smoothed out. We're going to let it spin for just a minute or so and let the epoxy kind of distribute evenly along the cup. And then I'll show you kind of like this little hack that I do with my hand to make sure that I don't have any deep lines in my epoxy where you'll see streaks from the glitter. So I'm just helping kind of warm up the cup, get this to thin out some. Make sure that bottom's done. Well, not the bottom, sorry. I don't do the bottom. I meant the edge. I don't do the bottom of my tumblers anymore. I kind of got tired of making sure they were completely level all the time. Just started to bug me, so I'll also show you how I trim those up. All right, we're gonna let this spin for a minute, and then I'll show you how I kind of press my hand down and help lay that glitter flat. I'm sorry, help lay the epoxy flat so the glitter doesn't have streaks. Okay, so this has been rolling for a few minutes, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna flatten our glove out, make sure we don't have any wrinkles, and tap on the epoxy that's rolling, well, kind of set in place now. Not quite rolling around, but that's laying on there. What this does is that if there's any streaks in your epoxy from when you are smoothing on the glitter, you especially get these, smoothing on the epoxy. If you have any streaks in your epoxy, that will show through the glitter. And what I'm doing is I'm just creating these tiny ripples in the tumbler. It's a little easier for those little ripples to work their way out and lay flat than to have, the big old streaks and kind of get those to even out. So I hit it like that with my palm, the palm of my hand, and I'm going to just use the heat gun to kind of encourage it to lay back flat again. Even if it doesn't come back completely flat from this part, these little ripples, it won't show through the glitter. It won't show as tiny little pools. The glitter, the way that it falls, will kind of just mask it. And we're going to go on with our glitter. This is Monique from the brand new Stuck in the Middle collection. I'm really excited about this one. I love these colors that are like opal and lots of bling to it. Oh, it's so pretty. So we're gonna get this on. This was part of the 504 group, guys. If you're in the 504 group from Mr. Nola's Glitter, you get heads up and first dibs on all of the new everything. All the new everything coming out. Anytime they get restocks, you have a heads up when that's coming in. A lot of times if there's a big sale coming up and you're getting ready to place an order, they will post in the 504 group and say, guys, don't buy anything yet. We have a sale. We'll have a sale starting in a few days. And that way we can hold off and get those discounts. You also get free shipping in that group. And the memberships are open. I'll have to double check. It may be at the beginning of the month or quarterly. I'm not quite sure. I probably should have looked into that before I started talking about it. But either way, free shipping, heads up, first dibs. So it's pretty exciting. So as soon as I saw this glitter come out, I went ahead and added this into my cart on Friday. Last Friday is when I found out about it. We're at Tuesday now. And then Rachel just did the live yesterday announcing it. And it showed up to my house today. So I'm really excited. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty over that. I think this may end up being my new favorite color, guys. Holy moly. All right, let me dump this back in here. And then I have a piece of parchment paper that I'm going to use. And if you have problems with chunky glitter laying flat, that's your only reason for not wanting to use chunky glitter, then you need to know this tip. Take your parchment paper, wrap it around, and press it all down. Lay it all down. You're not going to do anything at all by hurting this. You'll have all that glitter laying flat. You won't have to worry about, a big old headache of bubbles or really thick spots of glitter sticking out once you get that epoxy on there. It really just lays it all down. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. So while I'm saying that, if you do that and if you notice that you'll some of your glitter gets pulled away from the cup, what that means is you had a spot that had too much epoxy on it and your epoxy got stuck to your parchment paper and lifted the glitter off. And it's not even a big deal if that happens. Just take your glitter, pour some more on there, and you'll be fine. It will cover up that spot. So that's it. We're gonna let this go around for a little bit. I won't have to seal this. It's perfect the way it is. There's just enough epoxy in there to hold it in place. So we're gonna let this spin and set, and then we will do another layer of speed dry, and then that will come out smooth because there's nothing poking out. It'll be perfect. And then we'll go on with that really fun summer decal that I'm excited about, that sticky sheet. I have my epoxy mixed up, and this has been, the epoxy has been sitting for just maybe not even a full minute. And the tumbler with the glitter, this has been sitting for definitely 2 hours. So all the glitter's set in place, and I'm going on with just a thin layer of epoxy. This stuff thickens up really nice. So make sure this is on. I'm gonna grab my heat gun to help get the rest of it out of there. I'm never quite sure how much epoxy I mixed up, and I'm so sorry about that, guys. I'll have to try to get some little measuring cups and try it that way for you. I always, it's where I always end up setting a bunch of cups at one time, and I never quite know the exact number that I have, like the exact amount. All right, I'm gonna hit this with the heat a little, encourage this epoxy to, we'll get it moving a little so that I know I can manipulate it around the edges to really make sure everything is covered and I don't have any missing spots. All the bubbles really work their way out of this epoxy whenever you're messing with it. So as far as micro bubbles, hardly ever have a problem with those. I do have a torch just to make sure. Definitely one of the things I do just in case. If you're ever doing a tumbler and you find that you felt like you didn't have any bubbles in it, but areas look cloudy, that may be where you have micro bubbles. You'll have to look really, really close, but a lot of times you'll see them. They're kind of hard to notice. The only good way to really tell is that that area will cure almost cloudy looking. But kind of having this go through, I don't really, once again, I don't really see any bubbles. You know, I painted this tumbler this blue color to give that background more of a base, and now I'm really wondering what it would have looked like on white. That could have been really pretty also. Okay, so that's it. All of my bubbles, I'm confident, are out. I'm gonna let this spin. Sometimes if you have bubbles kind of deeper in the epoxy, as it's curing, those bubbles will rise to the top and pop, or they'll rise to the top and just sit there. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and go back with my torch just for a quick second to make sure that they don't have any bubbles that came up that I didn't quite notice. And then we'll be able to go on with that sticky sheet. Almost time for the fun part. We're gonna wrap this tumbler in a taste of summer. It's a sticky sheet from Mr. Nola's Glitter. But first, I'm going to go through and I'll show you real quick how I clean up the bottom rim of my tumbler. I have this cup edging tool from Wicked Shimmer. It's on the lowest setting, and my knife, I just wedge in between the blade and the lower bottom piece for a little more stability. I notice that when it's not in there, the pressure of kind of spinning my cup in a circle, it kind of makes it wobbly. The silicone mat is just so that the screws on the bottom of this don't dig into my table. So you just take that on there, push up against it, and rotate in a circle. That one coat of glitter that I did is enough to give it a nice smooth finish. There's no big spots that I'm worried about. There's a few little bumps here and there, but I don't believe that's going to be an issue, so I'm not even worried about that. And look, that's it, just fell off like that. So let me get this out the way. I'm going to clean off that bottom with some acetone. Usually I have my little baby wipe that I'm using for this part. I dry out baby wipes and I use them for everything, but I need to get some more. I have my youngest is 6 now, and we were on like this Sam's and Costco kick of baby wipes, and then we just keep them around forever with all of my boys that play baseball, and we're always on the run, and they're just so easy for cleanup for everything. So that's what I use for a lot. So we're gonna go ahead, clean out the bottom, and then I did the top already. Oh, the baby wipes, real quick. Well, what I was saying was I put them in the dryer and just take out the moisture, and then I put them in an old tissue box. The acetone holds a lot better on baby wipes than it does a napkin, and it also doesn't fall apart. So that's why I use that. The top, I already cleaned off the top. I have, what is it called? A flap wheel. I have a flap wheel that I just run around the top just to give me a clean edge. That way I get a good seal back with my epoxy and it isn't like anything pokey up above the edge. So I did that, and I'm sorry I did that outside, but I couldn't fight with that inside. It's too much dust and I want in this room. All right, and then I'm really, really picky about seams. I don't like seams. I like when everything fits together really, really nicely. And I know that I could have possibly not, I'm not gonna say should have, that I could have done this, had this done already, and y'all wouldn't have to watch me sit here and kind of struggle and work it out in my head. But I don't know, I figured if you see me struggling with this, you'll know that you can struggle with it too. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I'm also thinking it may not be all that difficult. So we're gonna go for it. I'm sorry if this takes forever. If you want, feel free to speed up. My feelings won't be hurt if you decide not to watch this whole thing. Gotta find out what side. I don't want them going sideways. I don't think I like them sideways. Okay, I know I like them up and down. And I found the perfect kind of set for it the other day when I was playing with it. Sorry about the noise. My husband is cutting grass. Sorry. All right, I think this is how I had it. And then what I plan to do is wrap it and then just kind of cut in and out with some of the parts that I don't want. I feel like there was a yellow lemon somewhere that I really loved that was like my stopping point. It was that one. It was this one. Okay, so I want this to go down first, and then possibly some of this extra would be the stuff that comes out. I wonder if I should trim this now. I kind of feel like I can. How do I do this, guys? Okay. How should I do this? All right, so let's try that way. Trying to figure out what spots we want to take. I hope this is it. Oh, scared. All right, let's trim this. So I'm gonna go around some of these dots, see what happens. I'm gonna cut a little closer, like give me a little more, because I can always cut those out. This is one of the reasons why I'm always afraid to do big old sheets of stuff. I just really like for it to come out a certain way. I don't know, I'm so weird. Go around that. If my tumbler would have had any bumps that needed to be sanded out, I would have taken a minute and sanded that and then put another layer of epoxy on. But you know, that way we're putting this over a shiny surface. I'm afraid that if we put this over a sanded or matte surface, that you won't get the shine from the glitter. The glitter will look a little dull and it won't really show the way you want. Okay, right there. I shouldn't go up that high. I think I wanted to go across from right there. Well, let's leave that because I'm a little afraid to cut off. All right, so if we have this, I'll bring this around here. Then I can get rid of this little guy. I can get rid of this circle. Not throwing these away at all. Like, I can totally use these for something. We can always take some of these polka dots too and use those. All right, and then I have I think I might want to cut this lemon out and edge it that way a little so it isn't in my way. Let's cut this guy out. Where we are. Yeah, he has to move over. That has to move over because I don't want it to overlap at all. Okay, and then for the top, I'm gonna wrap it like that. Let me see, so I can cut this off. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm happy my husband wasn't inside just now to hear me apologize, because he'd be like, stop apologizing. All right, so let's see. And I know that some of these will get cut off at some point, But let's just see how it works out until then. I'm so excited about this one. Y'all, I know I said it. I love summer. I love summer. All right, I'm gonna cut off the ones that I know I don't like right here, so I'm not. If it looks like my hands are shaky, it's because they are. They are. I am shaky. I am nervous. I make this stuff all the time on my own. I won't show you guys. Like, you never see this step. To do this, people watching, is scary in my brain. I think I know what I might do. I'm gonna cut, because that is good up there. I am going to, I'm gonna worry about that later. I'm gonna have an idea about cutting off the stuff on the bottom that's like, that is cut off. But I'm gonna worry about that in a minute. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it. I don't know, guys, I don't know. Like I said, this is stuff I runs through my own head all the time. It's just, now you get to hear it out loud, because if not, it would be complete awkward silence of me thinking this through. All right, what I want to do is I'm really trying to make sure I don't get tons of fingerprints on the clear, on that clear sticky part. And I don't think that, I don't know if the fingerprints will show. I kind of think it would. And I mean, y'all see me, I'm like nasty all the time. All right, so I don't know if I did that too quick. So I laid this down, and then I kind of, you saw me peel off half of it to kind of anchor it, and then I just kind of rolled it in spot. Oh my goodness, already I am excited. Okay. Oh, this might be my favorite cup ever. I'm gonna make sure, y'all, these sticky sheets peel up easily, by what someone said. I don't want to force it that much. I have one bubble right here. You know what, let's try something. Let's leave that bubble. Let's leave that bad boy and try something. Where's my little tool? I'm gonna leave that and try something, but I want to make sure I don't get any more. So let's be smart from here on out. Y'all, look how freaking cute. Yeah, see, I'm not a full wrap person. Like, I feel like they're cute, but if I can get a design done without struggling, then I'll go for that. Okay. It comes off easy, but I'm stuck in a few different places. Oh my God. Yay, yay, yay. Oh my goodness. How, I don't know who I am anymore. How can a cup make me so freaking happy? I don't know. Okay. I definitely want to move that. I definitely want to move that. I wonder if there's a smaller one. See, I should have got 2 of these sheets. Dang it. Dang it. Should have got 2 of these sheets, because then I could have picked off some of these little guys. We're going to carve it out. probably should have grabbed a sharper blade for this knife before I did this today, but I didn't. That's so easy. Wow, that was easy to pull up. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love this. All right, I don't like all these dots overlapping, so where can I get rid of dots? Let's my in frame. I'm so scared to do a live, but I really, really feel like I want to do a live. That way y'all can be like, I can't see you, chick. You're out of frame, or I have an idea. I see something you don't see. I love the help and I love helping. I feel like I should be more useful with that, if that would work. I'm gonna trim out some more of these dots to help play off my design. I don't even know if it needs a lemon right there. Like, I wish I had one because I feel like it would kind of finish off that section. What level of too big is that? I feel like that's stuck, you know? Like, I feel like that's wedged in there. Yeah, that's gonna be wedged in there. And that pink one, okay, you know, it'll go without. That's okay. It's all right, I'll figure it out. Okay, so next I'm going to go through and pop these bubbles with my super, super amazing weeding pencil that someone gave me at the Nola retreat. And I say all the time, I'm not sure who it was, but I love you for that. Oh no. I think we'll do this. Look, if we have a bubble, let's not put our little poke on top of the, what is this thing? On top of an image. Let's put the poke like on the clear part. That way you won't be able to see it with the glitter. That makes more sense. It'll be a lot easier to play off that poke when it's over this rather than the stupidity I just did of putting it inside that. All right, so go through, lay this down. I don't think I'll have a choice right here. I think I need a sharper thing. Oh, I don't know where my other one was. I know she made 2. I selfishly took 2. So if you went to the last Nola retreat and you didn't get one, because I selfishly took 2. But if it makes it any better, I did not take anything off of that swap table. Wait, I lied to you. I took a cork thing and a bottle opener. Oh, I'm excited. This is so freaking cute. Can this scoot over? Whoa, that went away from me. Poke almost under it. Please go out, air. I love this. Tell you what, if I had one of those little, I don't know what they're called. If I had a Rachel printer, oh my goodness, I'd be in trouble. There's about a million things I would do. And then I would have someone yelling at me like, this is for the customers. Stop making whatever you want for yourself. All right, making sure my bubbles are out. Let's go through now and trim off these tops. Man, I don't like that it's cut off, but it's fine. Am I in the way? Possibly. All right, I'm gonna go through and cut across the top. and just lift that away. Probably should use my cup edging tool for this part to get a super straight line. That would be smart. That would be smarter. I'm trimming this under where that glitter stops because I definitely don't want to run the risk of having this having epoxy get under between this decal and the glitter. That would not be fun to deal with. Is that off? Yes. Yes. Oh, get that piece back. Oh, this is so freaking cute. Get off my cup. I have an idea. Ooh, I have an idea. Where is that big old pizza box? Oh, get distracted. That's cute. That's close. We'll see. We will see. I would have to piece it together. You know what? I'm not going to do that because I'd have to piece it together, and one popsicle around that whole thing would probably just be ridiculous. It'd run into itself. All right. Somebody message Rachel and ask her to put A Taste of Summer as pen wraps. That way, if I forget, she has you guys asking for it too. Was that the bubble I was working on? Get away from me. Oh my goodness. I think what I'll do is I'll put the decal right here. I don't know what I'm gonna put. Saw something pokey. When I trimmed off that lemon, it wasn't a clean trim, and there's something pokey right here. All right, so I'm going to, I can probably, it's still pokey. Get to that in a minute. I'm gonna hurt myself. Okay. Let's trim off the big piece. My cup edging tool. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's see. I can feel where it's like, okay, so when you're trying to put something around kind of that curved edge surface, you're gonna have areas where it will, like, since it's flat and it's trying to go round, it'll kind of like bubble up in some areas. So I'm going to alleviate some of that tension by just carving out a little piece of the clear that you can't see. I'm going to be careful not to go super deep with that blade because this is still only on one layer of epoxy. That's over one layer of glitter. And I don't want to cut so deep that I take a chunk of glitter off right here. I'm really sorry if my big old head is getting in the way. That just got stuck. Okay, so note to self, note to you guys, as we're finishing this, we're gonna go through and really rub our hand like along the cup and make sure any pieces that we trimmed off aren't stuck to the cup anywhere. Because since it is clear, it might be a little tricky to see, but you can definitely feel it. Like every once in a while I feel a piece that is like poking up or not pulled up enough. Man, I should have got a sharper blade. Just trimming that up. getting away these pieces that, see? Goodness, I'm excited. I'm gonna have to find a decal. Oh, I'm gonna have to find a decal. Sorry, I keep reaching across. I'm throwing all of my little pieces onto that sheet so they'll stick. Okay, so I feel a few more spots. Make a little triangle, cut that bubble out of my life. I don't want to cut it out of an image. Like, I'd rather take those pieces out of something else. So if I can, like, if I feel a piece that's bubbling up, I can cut it off of the side and then go from there. And then the top is all laid down. What's that? What's that? Where is it coming from? It's poking up. It's connected to something. I don't know what. You know what would be a good idea? Freaking better blade. Come on. That worked. That worked. Now I just need to make sure it leaves my cup. Haha. I win. Oh, I did cut that bottom piece off. All right. I don't like that I have to do that. I think if I really, really wanted to, I could have been more, had more patience and really made sure that everything was trimmed out the way I want. And I could have done it without anything being cut off, but patience level 0 here. All right, I just want to make sure all of this is laid down really good because I don't want to be able to see any spots where this is lifting up. Try to poke inside these little seeds. That played it off. There you go. If you have to poke in a decal, and you can avoid it, poke in one of the seeds. Or just get a new freaking needle and use that because I'm a mess. Go through, make sure it's all pushed down. I think one of my fears is that it won't be pushed down enough. It might look cloudy. Like some of these bubbles, I can see it almost looks cloudy, but I think that's where the decal is bubbled enough, and I'm seeing almost like both sides of the decal. You know, like the clear, I'm seeing too much clear. I'm loving this. I've never done something like this before, guys. Like this, like summery, colorful funness. I wonder, I mean, if it's in the clear, can I just do a bigger slit and give myself more room? Probably so. Definitely so. Well, that's a lot easier. Uh-oh. I have to get that. Shoot. Okay, sorry. I'll be back. All right, that was our mail lady. We like her, but I'm like 99% sure that she does not like us. And we almost like have to beg her to come back and take the boxes sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna keep going. All right, so goodness. I guess good thing that wasn't sharp. So I'm gonna go through and finish off with these areas that have bubbles in it. Like I said, I want to be sure all of these bubbles are out before I go on with the epoxy. if it's on the, you know, the glittery blue part, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, and if it's on a decal, I'm going to use that little pokey tool. I almost feel like I want to just run this blade through the whole thing, you know, like just all the way down. Let's see. And you can't see it anyway. Why is that piece like that? There you go. Get that piece out. All right, so the rest of this is just getting out these bubbles. And I may not make y'all sit through this. I may just go through, do the rest of this on my own, pick out a decal, and then I will jump back on when I'm ready to do that. I think I'll have to check where I want that to go. And I wonder if I can put it down on top of this. Like this is missing a big spot right here. I can feel it. I might go down with a layer. Huh, that could work. No, it wouldn't. All right, I believe I'm gonna pick out a decal, and I believe I'm gonna go down with a layer of epoxy before I put the decal on, only because I can feel where I want that decal to go, and from taking out that lemon, it's like across there, there. It's like a little triangle, misshaped triangle chunk missing. And I think that if I put the decal over that, the vinyl goes over that, you'll be able to see that through the vinyl. And I don't want that. I want it to be clean and pretty. So we're gonna finish getting these bumps out, get a layer of epoxy on. You will definitely be there for that. And then we'll go to that decal. All right guys, so I found this cute little Hello Sweet Summer. This was on Etsy and I loved it. Did I make this the right size? Yes, goodness, that scared me for a minute there. So I found that on Etsy. It had a sun and some hearts and I didn't want all that, so I took it out. And I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut out this little pink lemonade thing. I'm gonna put it right here. I've decided not to put my decal on that part. Our decal is gonna go on another part that I don't completely love, and I feel like this just came out really pretty. Where? I want to make sure this lifts up. I love that I can just pull up this vinyl and reposition stuff. Like that's, sorry, the sticky sheet, and reposition it. It's really cool. All right, I want this tiny little pink one. I really want this to be as few layers as possible. And as I was looking at this tumbler and where the decal could possibly go, I saw this spot and kind of noticed that it was almost missing something. So I think one of these would be cute right there. So we're gonna add that. It's like every little spot you see like 3 or 4 from each side, and this just had those little 2. So I like that. I'm gonna put it that way though. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Initially I was worried about putting a pink one right there because I didn't want it to be too close to this being pink. And then when I noticed that I had it somewhere else, it really didn't look bad. So I figured that's where it was going to go. All right, and for the decal, I think I decided on putting it, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all the same pattern. Let's go right here. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go right here. I I need one of those cup things. Goodness, I say this all the time. I'm gonna have to fold this in again and it's so dirty. Guys, I need to get a cup cradle. I think I say this every time I do one of these videos and I just forget. My husband's over there. Tell your husband. Gary, I need a cup cradle. I need like some pool noodles or tape them together, but I don't want it to look funky. But do you know what I'm talking about? To like hold it still. All right. Let's see if this works. I cut this so, my setting was off. I cut it so deep that I just completely messed up the whole back of it. So hopefully I don't have to fight with weeding this off. I mean, at least this can make you feel like you're not the only one that's a hot mess. And if anyone watching this is not a hot mess, then I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. But, I don't know. Sometimes I do things really great, perfect the first time. But a lot of times I do this. I forget to check my setting. And I just make a mess. I make it more difficult. Welcome to the reason that my videos are so long. Besides the fact that I just slow down when I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. Come on. And I did not get that layer of epoxy on there. I know I said it, I thought about it, I didn't. Like I said, I just want it to be fewer layers. And I never measure. I do more of an eyeball thing. So I'm gonna set it just for a second so I can see where I am. I like my decals being a little higher. Like I don't like them complete center of the cup. So I'm gonna measure with my fingers. And I think I like that. I like that spot. I kept the little part of the S so that it can stick itself down and tell me where to go. I'm not used to laying stuff down either when I decal. Everything just kind of stands up in front of me, so doing it this way is new too. Make sure that's all laying down. And I like to layer my decals on the cup. I see a lot of people doing them, you know, layering them off the cup, then transferring them over. And I've tried that, and every single time I did, I got bubbles, and I couldn't get around it. So I layer on the cup. I feel like I know that I should have put a layer of epoxy down, but I'm just making this. Probably for myself now. I use clear contact paper as transfer paper. That's why my stuff isn't sticking all that great. And I've used this sheet, I don't know a number, at least 20 times. So it's at the end of its life. Again, probably one of those things that I could have done before I started to video this, but what fun would that be? I love this vinyl that I'm using right here. It's like a metallic magenta. It's so freaking pretty. It's so pretty. And I'll put where I got it from. I want to say it was like something 365, I think. I'll pull it up and I'll post it. It's the same vinyl that I used for that Peekaboo Power Wash, the Hearts one that I did around Valentine's Day for a swap. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Y'all, look how freaking cute. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I've never, I know this sounds silly, but I've never done something just so simple and fun in summer. Like definitely my first little go at this one. I love it. Let's get epoxy on this. I'm so excited. We're getting this coat of speed, layer of speed dry epoxy on here. I cannot use my words, y'all. I love this epoxy. It mixes up so great. You're gonna mix it and feel like it's a little thick and be confused, but I promise it goes on best in thin layers. It cures the off-gassing, guys. It's amazing. Like it cures with barely any bubbles. I absolutely love it. Y'all are gonna hate me again because I have no idea how much I mixed up. It was enough to coat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 6th with this. And I know that I've mixed this great. I mixed this really, really, really good. I used 1 cup, I poured it all in there, I mixed it really good. I poured it into this other cup, I mixed it really, really good. I scraped the sides. I know that everything's out of here. Everything was mixed up great. If I was at all unsure if it was mixed well, I wouldn't be scraping the inside of this. If you do that, you can definitely run the risk of pulling some epoxy that wasn't mixed up right onto your tumbler. And what will happen is that it will cure with some spots feeling sticky. So if you ever have a tumbler and it's Cure and you go to grab it and everything's fine, but you feel a sticky spot, it's because that part wasn't mixed right. And the ratio just didn't mix in the way it should have for that spot. I have been successful taking that spot and sanding it down, like kind of sanding that out carefully, sanding it out, and I didn't have an issue. Oh no, there's a bubble. I see a bubble, I feel a bubble. Let's see. I thought I got them all. Goodness, I sat there forever. Where is it? Smush that down before epoxy has a chance to get into it. Y'all, I really thought that was good enough. And in case you're looking at this like, why does that look different? After I stopped that last video, I looked at the cup and I felt like the sticker could have been bigger. It was a little smaller than I would like for a finished product. So I went ahead, pulled it off, and I recut it. I will put the size of that along with the link of where I got it from into the descriptions. I don't quite know the size off the top of my head. It's possible it could have been somewhere around 5 in height. I'm not completely sure. Let me grab the torch. Your heat gun will help move the epoxy around the cup, thin it out, get it a little easy to work with and spread. Your torch will pop any bubbles. So if you have any micro bubbles that you see floating around, grab your torch, pop the bubbles. And while I'm here, I'll also take a quick minute to show you how I clean up the bottoms of this. I'm still out of baby wipes. We're like, I don't know, day 8 that I just haven't put them in the dryer. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking some rubbing alcohol and I'm just going around the bottom of my tumbler and I'm wiping off anything that's spilled over. That way I have a nice, clean, fresh bottom. I don't coat the bottom of my tumblers anymore. I just put a sticker in the very, very inside of it, and I have a video called Unbranding Your Tumblers on YouTube. You can search that and it'll show you exactly how I do the bottom. Super easy. You still get your logo on there, but without the fight of having to coat that. One little spot. There we go. All right, that's it. That's it for this tutorial, guys. I really hope you like this design. I love it. I absolutely love this sticky sheet. Like I said, it's from Mr. Nola's Glitter. It's called A Taste of Summer. The glitter is Monique from the new Stuck in the Middle collection, and I love it. I really, really love it. Like, I'm gonna have to get every color. Sorry, husband. I'm gonna have to get one in every color and see what it looks like, because come on, this is great. I love it. All right, guys, hope you like this. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else you want to see, and I will see y'all soon.